This is for you.
Remember the name.
Sports Talk Zone. Welcome back. It's another week of Sports Talk Zone. I am your host, Renarja McPherson, along with Mikhail Hutchinson. This week we'll start off with Champions League football, where Manchester United was crashed out of the Champions League in the round of 16 versus Atletico Madrid. Mikhail, give me your thoughts on this game.
I would say this is what everyone would have expected. Based on the form that Manchester United was in, we didn't expect them to go very far. Even though they had a shot in this game, but Atletico, they came up with a game plan. They just absorbed the pressure and then hit you on the counter, because even earlier, before they actually scored, they got an opportunity of a similar nature. They were just there soaking up the pressure from Manchester United. They got a quick break, but unfortunately, for them, it was ruled offside. And basically, that's what happened again. They were just there because if you really check out the game and look at the statistics, you will see that Manchester United took more shots, had more possession, did more passing, but yet still they were just not able to break down that defense of Atletico Madrid. And we have always known that Atletico Madrid is known for that very defensive mindset team. That's how they have always played. And yeah, pretty much, as they said, they had the game plan, they stick to it no matter what. At one point in time, Manchester United threw the whole entire... I not even remember, so one matter was at Manchester United, so laggy. He had to play. They put on every attacker that they could, trying something, and it just could not work. They could not break down Atletico. And boy, as I said, that's it for them. I don't know next year if there'll be any Champions League, because that top 4 spot, it's looking very far. But
Europa Conference League, I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing in the ball.
But congrats to Atletico going through. It's the end of the road for them, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, congrats to Atletico. Manchester United harbor season continues, so nothing else to play for than just trying to save their name.
Yeah, I agree with you. Atletico Madrid came out with a plan as usual. They were Atletico. They were defensive. They soaked up pressure, as you said. Then they got that counter-attacking goal, sit back, and then they started the old antics of like lying on the ground, doing all sort of stuff to like throw off the United players and the United fans and coaching staff. And what I'll say about Manchester United, they did not look like they were hungry for the victory in this game. They didn't play like they wanted to qualify for the quarterfinals. They were pretty much passive in the way they play. They had more opportunities as far as taking shots, but they did not take many shots that really troubled the keeper. There was only 2 clear chances, you could say, that really put the keeper to work. The chance by Elanga in the, I think that was like the 12th minute, very early into the first half, and the header by Varane. But other than that, there wasn't many other opportunities or any other shots that really put the Atletico keeper to work. So yeah, Atletico did what they did. They stick to their plan, got the victory, and it comes to show again that if Ronaldo doesn't come with a magical performance, a big performance, normally United will not get a victory. And it shows again, the game, the club or the team currently pretty much, I would say, have to revolve around what Ronaldo do, because if he doesn't play well, United cannot win a game. So yeah, congrats to Atletico, but show that United has a whole lot to work on. Okay, Mikhail, let's move on to the teams that have qualified for the quarterfinals. Chelsea, Villarreal, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Manchester City, Atletico Madrid, Benfica, and Liverpool. The games will be Chelsea versus Madrid, Villarreal versus Bayern, Manchester City versus Atletico Madrid, and Benfica versus Liverpool. What are the results you are expecting, or what teams do you expect to move on to the semifinals in these games?
So this is a very interesting set of matches for the quarterfinals. At least in my opinion, there's only one series of games that I think can go either way, and that would be the Madrid-Chelsea game, but I actually think it's in favor of Madrid as it currently stands. So I'll pick Madrid to come out of that game. City should beat Atletico, Bayern should beat Villarreal, and Liverpool should walk over Benfica. But yeah, so pretty much that's my expectation of the quarterfinals. As I said, the Chelsea-Madrid game can go either way. That's the match that I'm looking forward to the most. The other games, unless if any other result, I will consider that an upset. But those other three teams, City, Bayern and Liverpool, should be favorites to win their games.
Okay, I agree with you that those other games that you call the favorites are pretty much obvious. I don't think Real Madrid will get past Chelsea. I think Chelsea will get past Real Madrid, being just based on the history that Chelsea have against Real Madrid and also the history that the coach have against Real Madrid. So I am going with Chelsea for that game. And I don't think Benfica is a walkover. Benfica has shown that they are capable of playing solid, good football that can actually upset any team. Remember, they gave Barcelona 3-0 in the group stage, and they actually beat a good quality Ajax team. So I am not underestimating Benfica and looking at them as a walkover. They're a pretty decent team.
For a Liverpool supporter, you don't seem confident in a team at times. You're very skeptical.
I expect Liverpool to win, but I am not speaking on Benfica as if they are a walkover. They are not.
Well, that was a week down Barcelona, because I remember you saying maybe two players in Barcelona.
Regardless, it's Barcelona. Anyways, let's move into some more stuff. Messi and Neymar being booed after they return back to Paris to play in League One game. Give me some thoughts about this. What do you think about the fans booing arguably the greatest player and one of the greatest player to ever play the game?
This is just the fans expressing them disappointment based on what happened in the Champions League, because we would have discussed previously, the team was constructed with this in mind. It's a super failure basically, as the team dropped out in the round of 16. So it's not even like I said they went even to the finals or the semis at least, but round of 16. But it's like at the end of the day, the fans have a certain standard and expectation, and they're just expressing their disappointment. It's not to say they hate them and want them out the club, but I believe that they expected more from them and they did not step up to the plate. Okay. So they're just letting them know that, just giving them some boos. Although a lot of person, it was very surprising. Nobody really expected that, but it is what it is. It will be over when they win league, and everybody will be celebrating again at the end of the league, celebrating together, fans and all.
What I'll say about this is that this is one of the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in football. And this is why I say this. You say expectations, right? Mm-hmm. What PSG has ever done in Europe, what has they ever done in the Champions League to expect anything?
Gone to the Champions League final, gone to the semi-finals.
They have done nothing. They have never won a Champions League in the history of Champions League. First thing, Messi, left foot, has achieved more than anything PSG has ever achieved in the history of the club. PSG has, I think, 9 league titles. Messi has 10, right? PSG was founded in 1970. Don't forget that. Messi was born in 1987. And he has more titles than PSG. Messi has 4 Champions Leagues. Guess how much PSG has? None. Okay? PSG fans shouldn't be expecting none. When Messi went to PSG, the value of PSG shoot through the roof. Same thing when Neymar went there. The value shoot up. If Neymar and Messi leave PSG tomorrow, nobody in the world care about PSG except for the people in Paris. Nobody. If Messi leave tomorrow, Neymar leave tomorrow, be honest with yourself. Will you be talking about PSG?
Probably not. Well,
no.
Mbappe.
We still won't be talking about PSG. And I promise you, Mbappe won't be there next season. Okay, so PSG fans, humble yourself, right? I know you get the greatest player ever to play football, and you expected more, but you guys are kind of a bunch of dicks to be expecting that you can have the audacity to boo the greatest football player ever because they feel like y'all wasn't able to go to the finals or whatever. Come on, man. There is levels. You guys are not in Messi League. Messi is bigger than PSG 10 times. More people in the world know Messi than PSG. Let's not get it confused. PSG is a small club. Let's be real. PSG is a small club with big names. That's it. It's not a big time club. It's not a original club. So to boo the greatest player, I just find that really, really offensive. And if I was Messi, I would look into being in Barcelona next season too. Some way, somehow. You understand? Some way, somehow, I will be in Barcelona. It's mightily disrespectful. How can you boo a man that has bring more highs to your club, bring more value to your club? How can you do that? He could have went anywhere else. But he decided to come to PSG because his friend Neymar convinced him that he should come there. This man could have probably been
wanted the Champions
This
League.
Man probably could have been in Manchester City, winning games, winning real competitive titles like the Premier League and the Champions League trophy. Let's not forget that. Okay? Don't disrespect the GOAT. Y'all need to go apologize and repent. Let's talk about, I guess, the game of the week, Arsenal versus Liverpool. Liverpool won 2-0. How did you feel about that game? I saw you was cheering for Arsenal, but what's up?
As you would have said, a beautiful day of football, eh?
Pretty much.
Liverpool winning, going 1 point behind Manchester City. Either way, it's a good result because it's a loss for Arsenal, giving Manchester United more opportunities to try to sneak into that top 4. But for Liverpool, great win. Yeah, letting the title race heat up. So it's very interesting. Game in itself now, it was pretty, in the first half I would call it pretty even. But second half as the game went along, Jota scored the opener and shortly after Firmino 2-0 up. And basically, to me, that demotivated the Arsenal players. They were just not able to find themselves to try to get back in the game. And as I said, it's now interesting. The league is getting very, very interesting because this now set up that game between Liverpool and Manchester City when it's coming up. That will be a very, very interesting game. Person will probably tell you that that match will decide the league or decide the title at that point in time. So yeah, it's a good results. Congrats to Liverpool. Hopefully Manchester United can capitalize, even though Arsenal still have a game in hand, but the league is looking very interesting at this point in time.
Yeah, I agree with you that that definitely make the league a bit more interesting. What I say about Arsenal, I think Arsenal is probably the best team of the rest outside of Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester City. I think Arsenal probably is cementing themselves as the best of the rest because the way I saw them play against City was very, very good until that red card situation, and the way they play against Liverpool was very good also. They could have went up 1-0, never know what that could have done, but Odegaard wasn't good enough. Alisson was big time, kept Liverpool in the game. Eventually Liverpool went up 1-0 as you said, then 2-0, and then pretty much it was like game from there. But overall it was a very solid performance in my opinion by Arsenal. I didn't feel very good about how Liverpool play, but what really matters is the result, and we got the result, so I don't really care about anything else. And we're keeping clean sheets, so that's another good thing. I just hope that as we continue playing and get to that big matchup, that we are in the best of shape, best of fitness, all of these things, and be able to go on and win the league. Oh, and the next thing I need to mention though, Martinelli. Oh my God. Did you see how he treated Trent Alexander? And I'm a big fan of Trent, but oh my God. I think he injured Trent because Trent damaged his hamstring. So I think that came from how Martinelli was turning in and out and around town and all these kind of stuff on that wing. But yeah, solid performance by Arsenal. Unfortunate to not get anything from the game, but it is what it is. Liverpool keep going on. All right, let's move into some cricket now, Mikhail. West Indies versus England second test match. England made 507 for 9 declare. Joe Root 153. Ben Stokes 120. West Indies replied with 411 all out. 160 for Craig Brathwaite and 102 for our favorite vice captain Jermaine Blackwood. How are you seeing this test match?
Good performance by West Indies so far, because after being out in the field for so long after England had batted for basically 2 days, even though we would have wanted West Indies to bowl out, but we can realize that the track is wasn't offering anything for the bowlers. So the batsmen capitalized on it. As I said, they made a lot of runs between Root and Stokes, and they made a mammoth total. And normally when we see things like this for West Indies going to bat, West Indies normally bowled out and follow on and then bowled out again. And the game is over. But they stood up and they batted for almost 2 days basically, because it was just after tea that they eventually bowled out.
187.5 overs. Just say 188 overs. That is pretty much 2 days plus.
Exactly. And then even Brathwaite, his 160 came from 489 ball. He batted over 11 hours. That's some real
test mental.
Exactly, real mental toughness to be out there concentrating, even though he was out by a world ball by Leach. But Jermaine Blackwood, I not lie, I've always bashed him, saying his time should come out the squad. But even though he was fortunate, we all need luck in our innings.
It's part of the game.
It's a part of the game. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm not even going to take that away from him, because he was out of a no ball and they dropped him as well. But and that he made use of his opportunity.
And also,
he made 100.
He was also leg before wicket, but England did not review it.
Yeah.
So he gave quite a number of chances, but he made use of them.
Exactly. So we know he's secure his spot now for probably another 5 tours, but
a lapse of concentration in the way he was outed though.
Yeah, leaving alone the ball that went straight on his
that was unstuck.
He was coming right to the end of the day. As I said, probably it's a lapse of concentration being out there for so long, because he had to face about 215 deliveries.
You know that's a lot of ball for him. That's not his type of cricket.
Kudos to him, person saying apply, you don't have to go after everything. Even though I'm not going to tell a lie, at times when I was watching the game, to see 6 consecutive maidens is really, really boring.
But this is what I always say to people. Test cricket is not for casual fans of cricket. Test cricket is for purists. It's for people who truly love the heart of cricket, who truly love the bat versus the ball, who truly love the mental aspect of the game, because it can be boring. It definitely can be boring. But you find it interesting when, for instance, like when Jack Leach was bowling and he was getting that ball in the rough and getting those turns, and he kept on beating the bat some of the time, squaring up the batsmen. That's the interest that a purist find joy in. A purist find joy in when Craig Brathwaite makes his 100, makes his 150. When you look, he has faced 489 ball before he's out. As I said, the mental aspect of the game. These are the things that interest people who truly love and appreciate cricket. This is what cricket used to be back in the days. When Shanda Paul used to be batting and we were praising him and giving him the title of the best batsman in the Caribbean and all of these things. This was the type of innings Shanda Paul was playing.
Well, I will agree with you, but I will say this though. Test match don't necessarily have to be no runs, because in watching the West Indies,
I agree with
that. I agree with that. Because even England, when they bat, you see they actually play shots.
Yes, but you got to remember, West Indies batsman is not of the same quality, so you cannot bash them. I appreciate and I give more praises to them for the fact they were able to bat 188 overs, even though the run rate was quite terrible, right? The fact you're out there give you a chance to be in the game. I would rather that than we unable to bat out a day like we normally did.
Well, I guess it was based on the context of the game that they're just trying to occupy the crease as much as possible, because, based on where the position of the game, it was highly unlikely that West Indies would have won it. So it's better they play for the draw. And as I said, probably was the mindset that they were saying, just use up the crease as much as possible. And that's why they weren't playing any shots or just... As I said, it is commendable, and I'm not bashing them for it. As I said, sometimes there was aspects of the game that they were just too defensive, but then it was called for, as I said. Probably if they went and play shots we see them when I go bash them.
my point exactly. Because when Brooks out, I was like, why this man out like this? You out to a short ball, wide loop, you cut and it loops up. Like that look like some schoolboy stuff, right? So as you say, if they go out there and they play shots trying to score and they end up getting out, we are the same ones that are going to bash them. I understand when people are saying they're batting too slow and it's boring. I understand, but I rather this, right? I rather we get a draw than we get ball out in a day and then have to go bat again and get ball out again in a day. It makes absolutely no sense. I was looking at some of the West Indian averages today. Only 3 players average over 30. 3. Everybody else in the 20s. And Kumabana average 49. Brathwaite average, I think, 32. And Older average 31. Everybody else in the 20s. So I would rather they play this type of innings than they throw away their wickets. But yeah, kudos to what we do. I think this is a draw test game. Let's see how the test match in Grenada play out. We need to prepare some better pitches though. Some pitches that can actually offer the bowler something and the batsman something. Because what I am seeing basically is just the bowler grinding. The batsman very comfortable, even though they're not able to just naturally play all the shots they want. The ball is not doing much to really trouble the batsman that much. All right, let's talk about your favorite thing, Mikhail, some basketball. What's your take on Russell Westbrook being trash talked by the Minnesota Timberwolves players? They were saying Russ is trash. You trash, Russ. You trash. And they were looking at the rim when he shoot a hair ball like, yo, this dog might be seeing 3-4 different hoops.
No, that is the height of disrespect that you are making mention when it comes on to the fan with Messi, because trust me, in the middle of a game, you shoot a ball and it misses, and an opposing player puts his hand over his eye and looking up and wondering, what were you shooting at? That's heights of disrespect. And I don't know, at least in the post-game interview, Russ was saying nobody over there haven't won anything or done anything. He has scored over 23,000 points in this game, so he's not really worried about it. But I don't know, he tries to justify all the crap that he's doing, but he needs to snow, like, man up and realize, hey, you know, this is not working out, or I'm not doing what I came here to do. Championship was the aim, we know that, but we have to understand, if you really look at Russ's career statistics and what he's doing now, it's basically the same thing. And I was shocked when I really analyzed it and look at it. He's scoring roughly the same amount of points per game, having the same amount of turnovers, and average. What has happened, he's now less athletic, so some areas where he could make up for these horrible games and have 2 little highlights show, he no longer does that, and he does not have the ball as much. This is actually exposing who Russell Westbrook is, and he's getting older. Trust me, I don't know what's going to happen for him next season. He's playing a little bit better after the last couple sets of games, but not any all-star type player. So, but he was very disrespectful. Even Pat Bev was taunting him, and you know, just Russ, come on, man, Russ, get angry, get the dog out here, do something.
So even after all that, the next game, he hit a game-tying 3-pointer that bring the game into overtime against the Toronto Raptors, which the Lakers eventually end up winning. Is that enough to redeem him?
Not at all. And as far as I'm concerned, that was a lucky shot. That was a lucky, because even if you look how he positioned, I don't know, he was just throwing up that ball and it came off. Even though when he came up to the line, you could see that he looked down and realized that if he shoots here, it would be a 2-point, and he actually stepped back and fire. But to me, that it was like an awkward position how he set up, but it went in. So, you know, as that should say, I want to hear your view on this. In sports, is there something so-called a right decision or a wrong decision, or is the outcome determined if that decision was right or wrong?
You can make a bad decision, not wrong, a bad decision and still get a good outcome, but it can still be a bad decision.
But then it achieved the outcome that you wanted, so how is that a bad decision? For Russ, we would have seen earlier in the season, Russ taking those threes, and we know he's not very good at it, and he has missed them. So in even this game, when he came now and take that three, we would say it's a bad decision, but he made it.
No, we wouldn't say that was a bad decision because the clock was winding down. He had to take it.
Yeah, but probably, not necessarily say this exact game, but in a situation, if he went and took that shot like he would have done in previous games, rather than passing the ball to somebody else who's possibly open and it went in, we would not say that decision was bad.
Yes, we would have said it. Say, as a 20 whatever percent 3-point shooter, it wasn't a good idea to take that shot. Should have passed it to the person who's maybe a 40% or whatever, but it went in, so it still achieved, as you said, the outcome you want.
Desired result, exactly.
But it still would have been deemed not the best thing to do.
Well, I believe the outcome determined whether the decision was good or trust me.
Well, I think this is a subjective thing. I think this is a subjective.
Because a lot of games you would have even seen LeBron drive into the basket, kicking the ball out, and taking the shot, and people are saying, why
that's
never
the wrong decision?
Exactly.
The star should take it upon himself to all that stuff.
But we saw where even when Carmelo he passed it and he shot and made the three and they won, everybody was praising him. But we saw where he drove in the game. I think it was against the Rockets. Similar situation. LeBron going to the basket. He passed it out. Unfortunately, the shot didn't go in. So was that a bad decision? So that's what I'm saying. To me, it's the end of the results determined.
But LeBron did justify the reason he did that instead of went for the basket. He said the way he was positioned, he was pretty much like behind the basket or the board, hence the reason why he passed it out. That's what he said. So as I said, it's subjective. You go and say once you get the desired outcome, it's the right decision, right? And I am saying it can be a bad decision. I'm not saying wrong, a bad decision, and you get the outcome you want. All right, let's talk about Steph Curry being injured and possibly out until the playoff. How does this affect the Golden State Warriors' chances of winning the chip?
Well, if you don't come back in time for the playoff, that's it. They ain't going nowhere. Because who else they're going to rely on? Draymond Green, the man that averaged a triple single. Clay's just back from injury.
Stop it.
The man averaged a triple single.
Stop it.
It's a fact.
Basketball is not all about scoring 30 points. Stop it.
He averaged a triple single. But anyways. But yeah, that will be for them. So hopefully he can recover. And he has always had an ankle injury all his career. But trust me, if he's not back, I think he has a sprained ligament. It should be reevaluated, they say, in 2 weeks' time to see where he's at. If he don't come back, that's it. And trust me, I was really looking forward to them, Warriors and Suns in the finals, because that's what I believe will happen in the Western Conference. So if it's a part of the game, injuries do happen, but it will be very unfortunate.
I think he'll be okay. I think the fact that it's a sprained ankle and they're going to do the reevaluation in 2 weeks' time, I don't think it's something that's going to keep him out for a very long time. So I think he'll probably be back in time for the playoff, and from there on we'll be able to tell how far they can go as far as chip is concerned. But to be honest, I think the Golden State Warriors are falling off a bit without Draymond being there. So that was a big loss for them. Don't you agree?
Yeah, since he has been out, we would have seen a dip in form in the Golden State Warriors. And even that's why I was saying that they haven't had the best of games for the past couple of weeks or even over a month, because even the Lakers beat them, and that should never have happened. But yeah, as I said, Draymond Green has more to offer, especially even on the defensive end, and just having that leadership, the mentality, motivating the players and stuff like that.
His on-court intelligence is pretty much unmatched. Him, CP, LeBron, these players are way more important to teams than the points they put up.
That's true. But you can't be an all-star after triple one still.
And that concluded for another week of Sports Talk Zone. You can check us out on all streaming platforms and also on Instagram at Sports Talk Zone 876.